How's it going, folks? Welcome to the video. Today's background noise brought to you by crickets. That is a representation of my subscriber base currently, and a dog barking in the distance. Also airplanes, because we're near an airport. Yeah, so let's get into today's topic. Today I want to share with you a bit about my relationship with my girlfriend and talk about a little bit of a thing that happened recently. Nothing major, just something that I want to talk about because it can serve as a good example of what to do in relationships when communication goes down a little bit for one reason or another. Obviously it's not the end of the world, but it is something that can cause a bit of tension in relationships, and it's good to talk about it, so let's do that. A bit of background: me and my girlfriend met like 8 months ago online. I came to visit her in the Philippines, and now I'm living with her. I really love her. We get on amazingly well. You've probably seen us in our older videos together and current videos together. We have a really great dynamic, and I just really love being with her. I really vibe off her. I get a lot of energy off her, and she's a really positive, awesome person to be around. And our relationship is super stable. We never fight. We have never fought, and I don't think we ever will, unless it's about something that's like, impossible not to fight about. One of those things, like, that is to say we don't have trivial fights, and we won't ever have those, I don't think, so that's really good. So on to this silly thing that happened a few days ago. We were bored on a Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon. She normally works from home on Skype and stuff like that, does teaching online, and I'm currently a bum doing nothing. So she was kind of tired this day, and we were both kind of tired, so we just decided to mess around. Went up on Omegle after, watching movies and YouTube videos and stuff like that, and just messing with strangers, talking to people, flipping the bird to the occasional flabby naked guy, which is what they deserve, quite frankly, for being so gross. And yeah, eventually I got kind of into it. I was kind of like, this is really fun. I'm going to just do it by myself on my own laptop. And when she was like, oh, I want to do it with you two on your laptop, I was kind of like, no, you do your thing, I'll do mine, kind of like that. Not annoyed with her, certainly not, but at the same time just kind of wanting to, do it by myself while she did it by herself over there, wanting a little bit of space and stuff like that. Totally normal, totally natural. And I guess I kind of got to her, actually, funnily enough. So later in the day, she was kind of silent, she was kind of upset, and I didn't really know why. And it took a long time to get through to her, but eventually she was like, yeah, it was about that, I was kind of afraid that you were getting bored of me. And then I started just thinking too much about it, and I got all up in my head about how you might one day get bored of me, and that really upset me, and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, fairly bad. But obviously we hugged it out, we talked about it, and we're very much fine now. So there's all of that, but let's talk about one thing that did happen that wasn't so awesome, really. That is silence. A lack of communication is a relationship killer. Communication, the lines of communication must stay open at all times, and it's very important to observe that rule. It can be hard sometimes, especially when you're not even 100% sure why you're upset about something. It can be really difficult, and she even pointed this out, that she was mostly embarrassed that she was so upset because she didn't know where to start in terms of explaining why. And what I wanted to get across to her was that none of that mattered, and none of it matters for you either. If you're struggling to explain to somebody why you're upset with them or why you're upset about something that happened, just start talking. Let it come out as a mess. Let it just come out as this hot, incoherent mess of you just mumbling nonsense. The first thing that comes off your tongue, that's fine. That's a start. Do that. Reopen the lines of communication. Talk, and eventually it will become coherent. It will make sense. The other person will connect to it and start making sense of it themselves in their own minds, and you can rebuild the lines of communication should they have gone down. So the following is a message for my girlfriend. It's a message for you. for your girlfriend, for your boyfriend, for your friend or your family member during a tough time when things aren't clear between the two of you or more of you, and you need to start talking again. Cue the transition to moody black and white tones. I love you. Please, let's talk. It doesn't matter if the first words come out in anger or as incomprehensible gibberish. It doesn't matter, they're still words, and that's better than silence. I love you. Let's talk. Let's fix this. Let's get back to normal. Let's get this train back on the tracks. Let's fix this, okay? It's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel a little lost. It's okay to have let a thought get away from you and spiral into something much, much bigger than it originally was. It's okay that you let fear and doubt invade your mind and take the place of the truth of our relationship, the truth that I'm always there, that I'm always going to care for you, and that I would do anything to help you if you need me. Don't ever forget that I'm not just somebody to tag in funny Facebook pictures or, sweet Instagram shots. I'm your support system. I'm here to help, not just for the highlights, but for the lowlights, even if I'm the source sometimes of those lowlights. That's okay too. You're imperfect. I'm imperfect. I'm damn sure gonna drop the ball sometimes. We all drop the ball sometimes in our relationships. We fail each other, but that's okay. And hey, the lines of communication going down temporarily is not a failure. Just like how I talk about being overwhelmed is not a failure. It's just something that happens. Okay? It happens. And, it's okay. Let's acknowledge that it happened. Let's talk about the fact that it happened, and then let's move on. Let's keep on going. Okay, our journey has just gotten started together. We're still learning about each other. We're still growing together as people and as a couple. So let's keep on going. I want to. I know you want to too. It's just hard sometimes. Don't ever give up on a relationship or a person. We're complicated things. We have conflicting thoughts. We have silly thoughts. We let things get out of control in our lives. That doesn't mean that these things aren't worth hanging on to. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Always talk. Even if it doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth at first, it will lead to something better. Because anything is better than silence and not talking at all. Guys, that's the video. I hope you had a reasonably good time. Hope you thought some thoughts. If you have something you want to add to the discussion, maybe an example from your own life of when communication went down between you and somebody you love or care about very much, you can add it down below.